This player's journey from a war-torn childhood to football's biggest stage will blow your mind. By the end of this video, you'll understand why his 2018 achievement broke a 10-year dominance that seemed unbreakable. But first, let me give you some clues and see if you can guess who this legend is before I reveal his identity. Picture this. It's 1991, and a 6-year-old boy is clutching his worn-out football as explosions echo in the distance. This child, who would one day lift the most prestigious individual award in football, was forced to become a refugee when civil war tore his country apart. Born in 1985 in a small mountain village in Eastern Europe, this future superstar came from humble beginnings. His father was a mechanic, his mother a textile worker. The family wasn't wealthy, but they were rich in love and dreams. From the moment he could walk, this boy was obsessed with football. But when war broke out, everything changed overnight. His family became refugees, running from bombs and gunfire. Can you imagine? The boy who would later orchestrate some of the most beautiful football ever played was once literally running for his life. During those dark days, one person became the boy's beacon of hope, his grandfather. This wise old man wasn't just a football fan. He was the child's first coach. Even in refugee camps, even with bombs falling, the grandfather would draw football pitches in the dirt with sticks. He would tell his grandson stories about Pelé, Maradona, and Cruyff. Remember, the grandfather would say, "Football isn't just a sport, it's life. You'll face challenges on the pitch, just like we're facing now. But with dreams and determination, nothing can stop you." Here's where the story takes a tragic turn that would shape this future legend forever. In December 1991, the grandfather was killed in an air raid. The boy sat in a corner all night, holding his football, not saying a word. From that moment on, every time he played, he felt his grandfather watching over him. When the war ended, the family returned home to find their house destroyed. They had nothing. The boy didn't even own a proper pair of football boots. But did that stop him? Not a chance. Every day after school, regardless of weather, he would train on a rough, patchy field. The ground was full of holes and stones, but to him, it was sacred. He often played barefoot, his feet bleeding from cuts, developing thick calluses. But he never, ever stopped training. A local coach noticed this skinny but passionate boy. After watching him for months, the coach was amazed by his talent and determination. One evening, as the boy practiced his ball control, the coach approached him. "Do you want to become a professional footballer?" The boy stopped and looked seriously at this stranger. "Of course, sir. It's my only dream." That conversation changed everything. By 1996, this remarkable 11-year-old had caught the attention of national scouts. His country's biggest club offered him a chance to join their youth academy. But here's the catch. He had to leave his family and move to the capital city alone. Can you imagine? An 11-year-old boy, having already survived war, now having to leave everything he knew to chase his dreams. The night before he left, his family sat around their broken table discussing this life-changing decision. His father said, this might be his only chance to achieve his dreams. We can't let our emotions hold back his future. His mother worried, he's still so young. How will he survive alone in the big city? But the boy was determined. I want to go. Grandfather's spirit would want me to take this opportunity. I'll take care of myself and train hard. I won't disappoint anyone. The next morning at the train station, his mother held him tight, tears streaming down her face. Remember, no matter what happens, home will always be your safe harbor. His father patted his shoulder. Be strong, work hard, and remember what we've taught you. Never give up, no matter what difficulties you face. As the train pulled away, the boy watched his family get smaller and smaller through the window. That night, as the train rumbled through the darkness, this young boy contemplated the unknown life ahead of him. Arriving in the capital was overwhelming. Skyscrapers, busy streets, rushing people. Everything was different from his small-town life. At the club's youth academy, the facilities were better than he'd imagined. Perfect grass pitches, modern training equipment, comfortable dormitories, professional coaching staff. But the competition was also fiercer than he'd ever experienced. The first few months were incredibly difficult. The other kids, mostly came from wealthy families with better equipment and more training experience. During his first training session, he felt enormous pressure. The other children wore brand new boots and training kits, while he still had his old clothes and worn-out boots from home. Some kids whispered and pointed, some even mocked his appearance directly. These taunts cut deep, but he held back his tears and quietly tied his shoelaces. In his heart, he told himself, "I'll prove my worth with my performance." Every night, when his roommates were asleep, he often lay awake missing his family. In those lonely nights, he would take out a family photo from home, staring at his loved ones' faces. Several times, he even thought about giving up and returning home to his parents. But whenever these thoughts arose, he would remember his grandfather's words and his parents' expectations when they said goodbye. To prove himself, he began extra training. Every night, when others were resting, he would sneak out to the pitch to continue practicing. Under the moonlight, this small figure tirelessly repeated technical drills: ball control, passing, shooting, dribbling. Sometimes he trained until deep into the night before quietly returning to the dormitory. This extra effort quickly paid off. In one internal match, his performance amazed everyone. He used precise passes to create 3 excellent scoring opportunities for teammates and scored a spectacular goal himself. After training, the head coach approached him and patted his shoulder. "Son, you have special talent. Keep working hard, and you'll become an excellent player." After several months of effort, the boy gradually established himself in the youth team. At 13, he first represented the club's youth team in an important junior tournament. In this competition, his performance was perfect. As the team's midfield core, he not only played a crucial role in passing and organization, but also scored 5 goals, helping the team win the championship. At the awards ceremony, as he lifted the trophy, he thought of his grandfather in heaven. This victory made him famous in the country's youth football circles, with media beginning to follow this small-town player. At 18, he finally reached the starting point of his professional career, being promoted to the first team. However, the leap from youth team to first team was bigger than he imagined. The intensity, speed, and physicality of professional football were incomparable to youth competitions. In his first few matches, he seemed somewhat unadapted, making more mistakes than usual. Media and fans began questioning whether he really had the ability to establish himself in professional football. Some thought he was too small to handle the intense physical battles of professional football. Others believed he was just a flash in the pan from youth competitions who would expose his limitations at the adult level. Facing these doubts, he didn't get discouraged. Instead, he trained even harder and studied match videos more intently. He knew that only actual performance could silence all the doubts. The turning point came in a crucial match against their biggest rivals. The coach decided to give him a starting opportunity. From the beginning, he showed extraordinary match temperament. His passing in midfield was precise and creative, often finding weak spots in the opponent's defense. Not only did he help teammates take the lead, but at the crucial moment, he scored the winning goal with a brilliant long-range shot. This goal not only helped the team win, but, more importantly, announced the birth of a new star. After the match, all media were talking about this 18-year-old's spectacular performance. In the following seasons, he rapidly grew into the team's core player. His technique became more comprehensive, his vision broader, and his ability to control matches stronger. At 21, he was appointed team captain, an enormous honor for such a young player. During his captaincy, he demonstrated excellent leadership abilities. He not only commanded confidently on the pitch, but was also a role model for young players off it. He would often actively help newly joined youth players adapt to professional football, sharing his experiences and insights. Years at his home club saw him help the team win multiple championships. He personally received numerous honors, including Domestic Footballer of the Year and League Best Player awards. As his domestic performances became increasingly outstanding, he began attracting attention from Europe's major league clubs. In summer 2008, a Premier League powerhouse made a massive transfer offer to his club. This offer put him in a difficult position. On one hand, This was an excellent opportunity to enter the world's top league. On the other hand, leaving meant saying goodbye to the club that gave him his professional football education. After deep consideration, he decided to accept this challenge. At 23, he officially joined the Premier League club, beginning a new chapter. However, adapting to the Premier League proved more difficult than expected. The Premier League's pace was faster, confrontations more intense, and every match was like a battle. In his first few months, his Premier League performances weren't ideal. British media began questioning whether he was worth the massive transfer fee, with some fans even believing he wasn't suited to the Premier League's playing style. The most difficult moment came in an important match where he made frequent mistakes and was even booed by some home fans after the game. That night, sitting alone in his hotel room, he felt utterly dejected. Just when he was at his lowest point, a phone call from home gave him strength. His father said firmly, "Son, remember what I told you when you were young. No matter what difficulties you encounter, never give up. What you're experiencing now is only temporary. If you persist, you will definitely succeed." Encouraged by his family, he decided to continue persisting. He began training even harder, working to adapt to the Premier League's match rhythm. He strengthened his physical training and improved his passing speed and accuracy. This effort soon paid off. His form began to improve, his passing became more incisive, and his attacking organization ability grew stronger. In an important match, he helped a teammate score with a brilliant through ball that media called textbook passing. After several seasons of adjustment, he gradually became the team's absolute core. His midfield organizational ability was unmatched, often able to tear apart opponents' defenses with exquisite passes. Under his leadership, the team historically qualified for the Champions League. In Champions League matches, his performances let the whole world witness his ability. Particularly in a match against an Italian giant, he scored with a 30-yard screamer that pierced through the goalkeeper's goal, a strike still considered one of the most spectacular goals in Champions League history. As his performances became increasingly outstanding, the world's top clubs began paying attention. In summer 2012, Real Madrid officially made a purchase offer that broke the transfer record for players from his country. Facing Real Madrid's call, his heart was full of contradictions. Finally, in August 2012, he officially joined Real Madrid. At his presentation at the Bernabeu, tens of thousands of fans gathered to welcome this new member of the Galacticos. The early period at Real Madrid wasn't smooth. With so many superstars, competition was extremely fierce, and he didn't get many playing opportunities in his first few months. Some media even began questioning his ability, but he chose silence and hard work. He trained more diligently, worked to learn Spanish, and actively integrated into the team's tactical system. The turning point came in a derby match where his spectacular performance impressed everyone. In the following seasons, he helped Real Madrid win multiple championships, including 4 Champions League titles. He personally received numerous honors, becoming one of the most successful midfielders in Real Madrid's history. In his national team, he was the absolute core and leader. At the 2018 World Cup in Russia, as captain, he led his country to historically reach the World Cup final. Although they ultimately finished runners-up, this was already the best result in his nation's football history. In this World Cup, his performance was perfect. He not only scored in crucial matches, but also used his organizational and leadership abilities to help the team advance through each round. Finally, he won the World Cup Golden Ball Award. December 3rd, 2018, was an unforgettable night in Paris. At the Ballon d'Or ceremony, he defeated superstars like Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo, becoming the first player in years to break the Messi-Ronaldo monopoly on the Ballon d'Or. When the host announced his victory, his eyes welled up with tears. He thought of his childhood in wartime, of the sweat on barefoot training sessions, of his mother's tears at goodbye, of all the hardships along the way. Everything received the best reward at this moment. So friends, by now you should have guessed who this legendary player is, right? That's right, it's Luka Modric. This boy who emerged from the flames of war in Croatia used his persistence and hard work to become a football legend. From the small pitch in Zadar to the Temple of the Bernabeu, from a refugee camp child to Ballon d'Or winner. Modric's story tells us that dreams have no limits based on birth. As long as you persist, miracles will happen. Now approaching 40, he still shines on the world's highest stage. He has used his life to demonstrate what never give up means and what dreams come true looks like. Did you guess correctly from the beginning? Tell me in the comments which clue helped you figure out it was Modric. If this story moved you, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next video.